Hello from the people of the internet. I am Hyper Super Sora, and welcome back to Remembering Avatar, where today we're tackling the Winter Solstice, Part 1, the Spirit World. Now I have to remember where Part 1 ends and where Part 1 begins. That is easier said than done. Shit. I think Part 1 ends with Aang figuring out that he has to go to this one island. I can't remember the exact name of the island. This might be the most vague I've been in a while. To meet Avatar Roku. On the Solstice was basically a point in time of the spirit world and the human world is like its weakest point, where the barrier is at its weakest point and entry between both is easy. But they come across an area, forest is burned down, environmental message! We already had that and it was subtle. Panda spirit wreaking havoc. Aang's gotta try to do something to help them, even though he doesn't know what to do. Sokka gets kidnapped by this angry spirit, Abai, which is a bear spirit, a panda bear spirit. Aang gets trapped in the spirit world where he can't bend and or interact with people. Basically, it's just astral projection. Then he does the spirit thing, goes into the actual spirit world. Meets the dragon, Roku's dragon Fang. Aang shows him Roku and the comet, needing to go to this area at this time to get the information that he needs. Sozin's comet's coming, and the Fire Nation, and that's the deadline. Fire Nation gets the Sozin comic, over. He does eventually save Sokka, who really has to use the bathroom because spirit worlds don't have any. And what else do I really have to say? Yeah, no, I'm kind of drawing a blank on this episode. Everything I remember is from Part 2, I believe. No, that happens later. I'm trying to remember if Zuko shows up in this episode. He probably does. No, that's the storm I'm thinking about. We're almost there. Oh no. Shit. I am completely drawing a blank for once. I got nothing. That's a shock. How many episodes did it take? Like 7? Anyway, let's get to the episode and see what it's all about. Okay, so I got done watching the episode, and this is the episode where Uncle Iroh is in the hot spring. I completely forgot about that. Where he's in the hot springs, Huka threatens to leave him behind, and then he gets captured by earthbenders. On his way, he fucks with them a bit. It leaves behind a sandal, burns one of their hands, notices Aang in the spirit world. We'll get to that later. But yeah, Zuko saves his Uncle Iroh. We get Ba Sing Se mentioned, and how Uncle Iroh laid siege to it for about 600 days. And failed. We'll figure out why later. Zuko saves his uncle, and it's just like, ha. Now will you please put on some pants? But what's going on with Aang and the rest of them? Again, find new village of the week, forest burned down like a giant scar, ba-dum-ting. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. Zuko had an option to hunt down Aang, which he wasn't there at the time, or hunt down his uncle. He hunts down his uncle. A sandal. Oh, yeah, that's Uncle Iroh. I mean, I got nothing. But yeah, new village, there's spirits attacking it. And all you need to save the day in this episode is a nice little head touch. That's all you need. Aang has to fight or try to appease the spirit. Hey, by a panda spirit, those lazy bastards. And Sokka gets eventually captured by the spirit because Aang doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Since what's the Avatar even supposed to do? There's no manual on this shit. But eventually Aang lands in the spirit world, which at this point is basically just astral projection. You can't bend, you can't interact with people, and there's a giant fucking dragon there. Specifically, Roku's dragon, Avatar Roku, the last Avatar. And since Aang can't really talk to him right now, we have to rely on the Solstice, where the spirit world and the human world is at its closest. And he needs to be at this specific point in the Fire Nation to talk to Roku, figure out about this comet thing, and through the process save Sokka and the village. I need to talk to Avatar Roku in this very specific place at this very specific time. That just so happens to be tomorrow. Quick question though. It's in the Fire Nation and we're in the Earth Kingdom. We must be on the edge of the Earth Kingdom. If we can just hop over to the Fire Nation on Appa, basically takes us almost an entire season to get from one part of the world to the other. How fast can Appa travel? We must be in a really right in between the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation right now. Geographically speaking. How does the dragon teach Aang all this? Head touch. Anything I can really say about this episode that I didn't really say yet? Aang kind of had a fake out death. Sokka got captured by Heibai. Aang gives Heibai hope by showing him an acorn. Katara did something similar to him earlier on in the episode. Hey, your forest will grow back. It'll be okay. Okay, I'll leave them alone now. Oh no, give you back your useless humans. Heibai. He comes back later on. It's an alright episode, but I like and remember a lot more stuff about part 2. So, we'll get into that next week. But first, what did you guys think of the Winter Solstice Part 1, The Spirit World? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, leave a like on the video if you liked it, and subscribe to see more, Spirit Worlds don't have bathrooms. And click that little notification bell to see when I upload all the time. Till next time, I'm Hyper Super Sora. Sayonara.